In this video, I'm going to go through how to edit images on your phone. There's another video about how to edit images in Photoshop, which will give you some more control, but if all you have is your phone, there's plenty of stuff that you can do on there. Here, I'm looking through my pictures. I want to pick the one that is the best version of what I was trying to photograph. So want to make sure I have my whole image, wanting to make sure that I have decent lighting and that there's not a bunch of shadows cast on the image. This one I felt like was the best. So right now I'm in Photos on an iPhone. I can hit the little crop button on the bottom of the screen and then drag the edges of the selection box to select the part that I want. I want to make sure that I can't see anything except for my image here since it's a two-dimensional work. I want to make sure that the brightness of my screen is turned all the way up so that I can see my image as others will be seeing it. Then I can also go in and change some of the lighting and stuff. So that's that dial looking button at the bottom. And there's lots of different options in that. It looks like 3 dots with lines. There's different stuff in there that you can click. So first I was changing the light, increasing the contrast a little bit. Now I'm changing the exposure just to make it a little bit brighter. I can also change the color. There is a little bit of a bluish cast when I photograph stuff outside. So I'm going to warm it up a little bit by sliding it to the right on the cast. As I finish each of these steps, I want to make sure that I hit the done button in the bottom right. This will just save that step and I can move into whatever I want to do next. And then once I was done, I'm just going in, zooming in on my image to make sure that it looks decent. We're not aiming for perfect here, but we want to show the best representation that we can of the artwork so that when people start looking at it online, they can give you feedback and hopefully be able to see it as well as you can. Here I'm just showing you, there are filters that you can pick, but I don't recommend doing any of that. Editing light and color individually will give you a lot more control. Next, I'm going to show you how to use Snapseed to edit your images. This has some more controls than Photos, which can be nice if you're editing your images on your phone. So the first thing that you'll do is open up the Snapseed app. I'll hit the open button in the top left, and this will allow me to select what image I want to edit. So I'll click on my image. And then if I look at the bottom of the screen, I can click on Tools, and I'm going to start with tuning the image. This will allow me to change the brightness of my photo or the contrast. So if I click on the screen and slide to the left, it'll get darker. If I slide to the right, I can make it a little bit brighter. And this image was a little dark, so I'm going to increase the brightness a little bit to make it more accurate. And then when I'm done with that, I'll hit the little check box. Then I'm going to go into Tools again, and the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and crop my image. So I'll click on Crop, and I can just click on the screen and drag it so that all I'm selecting, so that all I can see is just my image. I want to crop out the background. If it is sitting on a piece of cardboard, I want to crop that out. I want to make sure that the only thing that people can see is my drawing. There are lots of tools on here that you can play around with. If your image is a little wonky, you can play with the perspective to fix that. The last thing that I'm going to do is to go in and alter my white balance. Because I took this photo outside, it has a little bit of a bluish tinge, and I'm going to just make it a little bit warmer so that it once again more accurately reflects the drawing that I made and how it looks in real life. And once again, when I finish that, I'll click on the check mark. Like I did in Photos, I'm going to just zoom in on the image a little bit to make sure that I have enough detail. And then my last step is going to be exporting my image and saving it. So I'll hit export, press save a copy, and that'll save my image so that I can share it with everyone. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how to upload your image to Slack so that you can share it with your classmates and with me.